What's up, guys? It's Matters. We're going to be talking about supply drops in Black Ops 3 multiplayer. How would this affect Black Ops 3 if they introduced supply drops or some sort of variant of supply drops, their own sort of pay-to-win type thing that Advanced Warfare did? People loved it. People hated it. I thought it was good until you actually had to buy the supply drops to actually get all the gear. Because getting supply drops the normal way was hard, annoying, frustrating, and quite frankly stupid. Just because of the fact that any new gear that came out, you had to get it from supply drops. Basically, you weren't gonna get it for the next week or so unless you bought the supply drops. At least that's what I happened. Sometimes I got lucky, but most of the times I always had to buy supply drops to get the gear that came out. And I think if Black Ops 3 did this, there would be sort of different effects and similar effects at the same time, but depending on how they did it and depending on what it was like in their multiplayer game. Now, the problem with Black Ops 3 is that they don't have this clear-cut sort of thing that Advanced Warfare had with elites, professionals, enlisted, clothing, just different guns in general. They don't really have that clear-cut sort of thing like Advanced Warfare, so there really wouldn't be this supply drop need to begin with. Now, here's my idea. I think it could be more catered towards the gunsmith and the paint shop. Now, obviously, that would be the only thing for it anyway, because you can't get different variants of guns. There's no elites in Black Ops 3. There's none of that. No clothing. You can't really change your character. And you can probably change it in his actual menu, but it would have nothing to do with supply drops. Nothing like that. So supply drops would be for the paint shop and the gunsmith. And what you would get out of supply drops would be like the DLC, like Advanced Warfare did, so new gear, different stuff, different themed things, but basically like skins, and foregrips and different styled attachments. Because if you guys didn't know, obviously you know the paint shop, you have your different layers, you have different colors, stuff like that. What you would get from the paint shop is custom, really insane skins, and I know some of the skins, if you're really talented, you can really make some insane camos and skins for your actual weapons and your knives in the Black Ops 3 paint shop, and people have already done that. But I think making custom, actual, insanely professionally done skins that Black Ops 3 would release under their own supply drop sort of system, and then you would, you would take a chance, you would get it. If you didn't, you would get certain stuff. You would get low tier skins, high tier skins, and then you would put it on, and you would be like, I would have never been able to make that if it wasn't for, getting the supply drop and just using it from that. Like pre-made skins, just really cool stuff like that. I know I don't like the fact that I have to pay to get this stuff. I think it should be free anyway, but at the same time, how am I ever gonna make a skin let's say it's like Superman, and it's like actual Superman on the Batman, did I just say Superman on the Batman? Superman on the gun. I don't even know why I said Batman. I was thinking of Batman also. Just like superheroes in general, just putting their logos on, making crazy designs. I saw some Spider-Man stuff, like the Batman, I guess, like the Batman logo and the little bat symbol thing, and just making cool designs. I would never be able to make that. I think a large majority of the people playing Black Ops 3 would never be able to make it. So I think having these pre-made skins in the supply drops or in whatever Black Ops 3 calls it would be a pretty cool idea. Now, Gunsmith, it's sort of hard because we haven't really seen what the Gunsmith is like yet, but the Gunsmith is basically just changing your attachments, changing what you put on your weapon to make it look different. So it's the same attachment, let's say you're using foregrip. It's foregrip, but it's like a different type of foregrip, but different length, different width, different height, different just everything, different shapes and colors. But it's the same attachment, but it just looks and makes your gun unique. And you would obviously get certain different types of stuff from the supply drops in Black Ops 3, etc. And that would be that. But we don't really know about it yet, so we're going to focus on Paint Shop a bit more. Now, the thing is, the only way that this would be fair and the only way that this would make sense is if they make it majority of it, not so they can just rack up cash and just make people spend $25-50 on supply drops. And then you have Allier, you have T-Mart who have the money. They can just blow $1,000 on supply drops for a month in Black Ops 3 and just get every new gear, get the views, etc. And I'm fine with that. They worked to where they're at, and that's cool, whatever. But it just doesn't really make sense for the normal user. No normal player, even myself, I'm not gonna spend over $10 on supply drops. I'm not gonna spend over $5 really. I would spend, $3 max to take my chance, whatever, see what I get. And if they're making it so you do it over and over again, you have to literally go over and over again to get your stuff, it's gonna suck. So they can do one or two things. They can only make it so you actually have to complete challenges, you have to do stuff in the game to get it, or they can make it really freaking cheap, and possibly if you play enough and you complete challenges, you can earn like real life money to use only for supply drops. So basically, if you're playing a lot, you can earn up to $1, and then you use that dollar to get the supply drops. So technically, they're giving you free money, but you know, you're sort of playing their game and doing their stuff, running their servers, and you're getting them money that way. So it's like a win-win sort of thing there. You're getting it for free in quotations, and then they're getting their playtime that you when you're playing your game. I don't know. It's a whole company sort of perspective thing when they run the servers, more people playing, more money, etc. It's a really methodical thing. But that's just basically how it works. And if they did that sort of system, that would be pretty cool, and I would actually agree with that. If it was a Advanced Warfare system where you get supply drops randomly and you don't even know how you get supply drops, and then when you get them, you get shit, it's gonna suck. I don't want them to do that. But this is really interesting video. So tell me guys what you think in the comment section below. Do you want supply drops in Black Ops 3? I don't know. Tell me what you think, and yeah, I'll see you guys later.